Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the Psychosin Project, and here with me today is Liv Kristine. Hello, Liv.
Hello, very nice talking to you. How are you? It's a pleasure.
I'm fine, thank you very much. Thank you very much for giving us this interview. Okay, let's jump straight into it then. You're gearing up to play the Metal Female Voices Festival in October, where you'll be playing with the Sirens and Leaves Eyes. Are you looking forward to this, and how do you prepare for doing two sets only hours after each other?
You're right, actually it's only it's about 20 minutes after each other, so it's yeah.
Bit hectic then.
We have to be flexible, we have to be, but you know, it's I'm really looking forward to it, and we've just been talking about everything, planning everything, setting up a schedule. So we'll probably ask another band to play in between the Sirens and Leaves Eyes, so I'll be able to get into some dry clothes and have a cup of tea or something, or a pint of beer in between the gigs, because it's actually 2 headliner shows, so that's right. It's a lot in one night, but I did that last year with I played with Liv Kristine. I was one of the bands on Friday, but at least I had one night's sleep before entering stage again with Leaves Eyes. So, but I'll be fine. I'll be fine, don't worry. And for the first time in my life, I'll have a makeup lady with me, so she'll make sure that I'm looking good.
I'm sure you'll look fine. I've got a question here from one of my listeners named Ash Baker. He wants to know, how does touring affect strain on vocal performance? Like, how much effect is there from the first gig to last, when you take into account, obviously, smoke machines and venues in places where they allow smoking, etc.?
Yeah, well, that's a very good question, because, smoke machines, that's just the worst thing that you can do to a singer. Well, you have modern smoke machines, and that might work out, but too much of it, and I mean just a little bit of the oil, of the old oily concentrated stuff, that's just very bad for the voice. So but I never actually really had problems with my vocal cords, and I have the feeling that they get stronger and stronger gig by gig. So at the end of the tour, I'm always I feel very comfortable. So it's just the beginning of a tour is harder for me than the end of the tour. So I always need like 4 or 5 gigs, and then I feel like, okay, we're getting there. But I don't have any musical training at all. I've been gaining experience for more than 20 years, 25 years it's almost, yeah. So that's the thing for me that has helped me through these years. And it's just 10, 12 years ago, people used to smoke on the nightliner, and that's just today that's just so forbidden. So you have to take care of yourself, and gathering experience, that's what you have to do, because standing on the stage is not at all the same as singing in a studio. So but I feel comfortable on stage, and I do sports, and I don't drink that much, maybe a glass of wine or a pint of beer after the gig, but I'm trying to stay healthy, and it pays off in the end. It does. So normally I really don't have any problems on tour.
Okay, no problem. Now the next question, obviously you've become part of what is essentially a supergroup of female vocalists. Now I'm going to apologise now, because I might completely mess up these names, well, the pronunciation of them. You're in the Sirens with Anneke van Giersbergen, and is it pronounced Kari Roeslaten?
That's exactly.
Excellent.
Right.
I thought I'd messed that up completely. How did this collaboration come to be?
Well, actually, I met Anneke at a festival in the Czech Republic just about a year ago. Anneke is from Holland, and she was around at the same time as I. Back in the early mid-90s. She entered the scene with The Gathering. It was kind of prog doom metal with female vocals, angelic voices. And the same with me and Theatre of Tragedy, early mid-90s. But we were in Norway. Kari Rueslotten, she was around from the early mid-90s as well, with the Third and Immortal, female vocals in doom metal, soprano voices. So we started something in the early mid-90s, and I just got aware of this fact, and as I had the chance to talk to Anneke, I said, "Hey, sweetheart, we are the original ones, so we should, do something together and to stage together. We have lots of fans worldwide, and I'm sure they would love it." And Anneke just told me she'd been in contact with Kari Rueslotten just a couple of weeks ago, and Kari, who's been, she's not really been performing as a solo artist for the latest 8 years. She wanted to start a comeback, and I thought, well, that's just perfect. Let's get together. So a few emails and a few phone calls, exchange of music, and here we are. So I'm off for practice in a couple of weeks, and we'll get ready for the Sirens tour. We have gigs confirmed, booked until the mid 2015. So yes, it's looking very good, and I can't wait to get together with the girls and practice, get on stage.
So a fairly full touring schedule coming up then.
Yeah. It's fairly rough. It's going to be fairly rough, but I mean, that's my life. Next to my family, music is my life. So the most important thing in life. So I live this, and I as already mentioned, I feel so comfortable on stage, and I'm so grateful towards my fans and friends out there. You're the reason why I'm still doing this, and yes, thank you for having me.
Okay, you've just recorded a new track, for your new solo album, Vervain, with the metal queen herself, Doro. How did this come about?
One phone call. It was yes. Doro was actually going to fly to the States. I think she's on tour right now, and just before booking her flights, Alex, my husband and also singer of Leaves Eyes, he got hold of her, and she said, "Well, actually, I'm going on tour, but I'll be able to postpone my flight for a couple of days, no problem. Yes, I'll get on an express train, and I'll be with you tomorrow." So that was how it happened. So I picked her up at the train station, and we got into the studio. We have our own studio, Master Sound Studio. And she was well prepared, and Dora's just fantastic. I mean, she's the metal goddess, and without her, I don't know if Anneke and Kari and myself, if we would be around in the way we are. So thanks to Doro, she's been working so hard, and she has achieved a lot. But I mean, she deserves it so much, and I just have to say that she's the kindest person I've ever met in this business. So yes, she's just a lovely person. I'm very happy to have her on my album. The song is called Stronghold of Angels, and that means something.
Yeah. Well, hopefully sometime in the future I'll get a chance to meet her and interview her myself. So anyway, apart from Doro, have you got any other guests that will be appearing on the Vervain album?
Yes, I'll have. I have Michel Darkness from the German band End of Green. He's my duet partner. One of the other tracks, and he's got this deep voice. He's just the perfect match and the perfect contrast. So there we go, back to the roots, back to the early times with Theatre of Tragedy. So I really needed, a contrast, a vocal contrast on one of my songs, one of my tracks.
Okay, obviously Vervain's the new solo album. Has any been changed to the sound on this album compared to the previous solo albums you have released?
This album is definitely it's darker, it's more heavy, and it was my intention as I started composing songs together with Thorsten, the guitarist of Liv Size. He's my main composer, and no matter if, Liv Size solo atrocity, he's just the best. And I thought, I just had the idea that it would feel good, would feel comfortable to go back to the roots. That's what I want to do now. So that's what we did, and nothing else. And we needed about a year to finish the album with Alex, my husband, behind the mixing desk. So yes, I'm very, very happy with Vervain, and I think many metalheads will like it too. I hope so.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it myself, to be honest with you. Now going back to the Sirens, how have you found working with Annika and Kari?
Just lovely. We actually met for the first time, all three of us, a couple of weeks ago here in Germany, nearby Stuttgart, where we are living. I invited the girls to come and join me for a photo session. You need, promotion pictures. That's what everybody wants for live concert posters and everything. So the girls to Stuttgart, and we met for the first time, all three of us, and I think we went to bed at it was 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning, so we had a lot to talk about. And yes, we get very well along, and I know that we'll have a good time on the Nightliner.
Excellent. Now, is the Sirens, is it going to be just a live tour, or are there plans for an album?
We'll definitely do an album sometime soon. Well, I have to admit that we're very busy practicing. We'll be very busy practicing the next few weeks, and go on tour. But we'll definitely get together and release more. Yes, well, as already mentioned, we have gigs coming up, or mid 2015. So yeah. Of course we have to release new songs, new material. Yes, but what we will do is Kari will play some songs from Third and Immortal.
Yep.
Annika from The Gathering, and I'll play some Theatre of Tragedy songs, plus songs from our solo albums. All of us, all three of us, were forced to quit the bands we formed in the early mid-90s at some point of time. All three of us been doing solo careers since then. So Kali had a break, as already mentioned, but we have enough material to play 4 hours. So yes, it will be very exciting. We're just about to set up the live set list right now.
Okay, now obviously you're about to release your solo album. Once that is done, are there currently any plans for another Leaves Eyes albums after that's all done?
I'm just in the middle of that as well. So Thorsten, the guitarist of Leaves Eyes, he's composing this very moment. I think we have about 10 tracks already. Alex is very busy pre-producing already, recording demos. So we're in the middle of doing another Liv Size album.
So
It
you
will
got
be
to get no
out
rest at all in
next year.
2015 then.
No rest for the wicked.
Okay. How would you describe the music of your solo albums to those who have never heard them?
Well, it's my 5th solo album, and all of them are quite different. But solo is going solo is kind of I have a different feel or view on it because I feel like I can do whatever I want actually. So all of them are quite different, but the vein is definitely the darkest one and the doomiest one. Yes, but it's just perfect for for the fall and winter to have it released then, and it's just perfect for the atmosphere. So yes, I'm really looking forward to that, and I think there is a lot to discover for those who grown up with either Theatre of Tragedy or The Gathering, Paradise Lost, and not forget Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, Deep Purple. That's the bands I grew up with through my parents.
Okay. Well, finally, have you anything else you would like to say to the fans who are listening today?
I just wanted to say thank you for being with me, supporting me throughout all these years, and you're the reason why I'm still around. So thank you so much, and I hope to see everybody at the upcoming Sirens gigs and Liv Size gigs and solo gigs. So hope to see everybody soon.
Okay, Liv, thank you very much for joining me tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, Liv Kristine, make sure you go out and check out her new solo album, along with go and see the Sirens on tour. Liv, again, thank you very much for tonight.
Thank you so much. My pleasure. Can't wait to be back in the UK.
Thank you.